Hey guys, welcome. Hold on, still kind of getting things set up here. All right. Alrighty, so I'm going to do another little landscape today because I want to, and I kind of love it. So I've been looking forward to today. So I have taken some pictures recently that I'm loving. Now the question is, I have to just decide what to paint, but I will probably also try to, this one I did last week, I believe, and there's just parts of it I'm not liking. I don't know if it's like the contrast of the sky, but there's something that I'm not loving, so I want to just kind of touch up on that when I have the paint out. Oh, there's some cool clouds. I've been taking pictures of lots of clouds. Lots of dramatic clouds. I love dramatic clouds. Oh, those are cool too. I think I want one with more kind of orangey hue, I think. There's also some really cool seascape options. I think I did that one. I'm thinking maybe the first one I was looking at here. There we go. I think this one would be kind of cool. Let's do it. Okay. So I'll prop it up here. Actually, you'll be able to see that. Isn't that nice? Let me just put a little blob of kneaded eraser. That is a handy stand. Yeah, I want this. Okay. Let's see, is my palette knife in the other room? I think it is. So I am going to go grab my palette knife because I do like painting with a palette knife. To be able to scratch, not painting with it. I used to paint with it more, but because I'm using acrylic, it's a little trickier, and I'm kind of not digging that look quite as much. But let me go grab my palette knife, and I'll be right back. Hang tight. All right. So, we want to create a base coat. What color do we want to do? This is always the question. think I'm going to do, I probably did this, last time I did like a more orangey color. I think I'm going to go a little more pink for this one. I'm going to mix it on the palette because I want to get enough of it and I want to get it the right color. So we're doing the handy dandy neon pink. And white. Oh. And of course that splattered all the way onto my pants. Gotta get it now or never. Because acrylic paint comes off if you catch it in time. Oh, and I got it on my shirt too. Darn it. Hold on. I should really, wear painterly clothes, but I don't. Thanks for joining, guys. I just got paint on my shirt and my pants. This is how well it's going so far. I think we got it. I think we're okay. Double check. Okay, we're good. Okay, we need some orange. Honestly, I'm going to do a little bit of normal yellow because I want it to just a little dollop. And then I'm going to mix that together. See if it's the color that I want that I'm envisioning. Ooh, actually, looks like it is. I think for all of these paintings I've done, it's kind of ranging between, some of them are extremely bold and vibrant and some are more like pastel like this. So it just depends on the painting. Oh yes, this is the color I want. Do you think I made enough of it? Place your bets on whether or not I made enough of this paint. I am on a high today because I actually sold a painting, and it's honestly the biggest form of flattery to an artist when a painting sells. A painting that, especially a painting that I do lots of commission work, but a painting that is one that I've painted, has been in existence for a while, and then someone falls in love with it and buys it. It's a really good feeling. And I know the feeling from the other perspective too, because I've bought, or I guess I should say my husband bought, but I fell in love with the painting. He bought it for me. Of that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I love that painting. And I just kind of hope that like I can create art like that. Like each piece I make, I want someone to fall in love with it the way I am in love with it when I make it. So pretty excited about that today. Especially a painting that's been around for a while. It's kind of like, wow, it was waiting for that specific person to love it, and that's cool too, because sometimes it can be discouraging when like a painting doesn't sell right away. Like you make it and put it up for sale and everyone's like, oh great, and nothing happens. It's like, yeah, really great. And then it sits there for like years, sometimes years, sometimes months, but sometimes years. And you're like, it's never going to sell, or no one likes that. But you have to kind of hold out for the right person to buy that painting and the right timing, So I'm super excited, and I was excited to paint for you today. get some painting in this busy week with lots of to-dos, but a little downtime, a little scheduled painting time is always a good idea. So, okay, I think I'm liking that, and this front stuff's drying a little more, so that's good. Putting a little bit on there to kind of get a little more texture. Feel free to ask questions along the way or whatever in the comment section of the live video. Okay. Now, I'm going to have the sort of, let's see, I'm going to bring the horizon line lower. I think I want it like here. Some trees. Kind of a road texture going off. Shape, I should say, going off this way. Another road shape here. Some trees. Trees. Okay, good. Bushes in here. Okay, then it's time for some color mixing. I'm going to do the land first. So we'll do some, and I'm trying to get paint at myself again. Some dark cadmium deep hue, as well as some purple. I'm trying to create that dark background color, but there is actually a little bit of green in there, so that's gonna also creep in. I bought some new paint, but I'm trying not to like dig into it too soon, otherwise I end up with like these, half full, well, not half full, they're less than half full containers of paint. It's hard for me to when I have to sit there and try to squeeze it out, so saving the full tubes for later. This is my primary blue. Choose my blue green. And the same here. Ultramarine. Is there anything left in here? Update on the studio build, renovation, whatever you want to call it. Rather excited that things are moving slowly but surely. Having the guy who's going to help us come out tomorrow to kind of observe what the next things are going to be. Got to cover up we got to fix the floor from where they kind of cut into it to put the sewer line in. And then we're going to rip out drywall in the existing workshop and build in some walls to enclose the bathroom and stuff like that. So some big things are happening. And as we're framing in those walls, we can also hopefully kind of tear apart and frame in the other side of the studio. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my YouTube videos of my studio renovation part 1 and 2, I think. I'm working on part 3 for y'all. So you'll be able to see kind of what's happened since the sewer line. I'm going to be opening up some of this gel medium stuff. It's kind of like Elmer's glue in texture and kind of the way it acts a little bit. I need more of that. but it just helps my paint to be a little bit thicker, helps me let my paint colors go longer, if that makes sense. Okay, we got some dark color here. We're just sort of gonna paint in. Oh. Sort of this tree that's here. And I'm just loving pushing the bristles the way you're not supposed to push them, against themselves, not with the bristles against them. It's kind of like my favorite thing to do. I gotta remember that I'm gonna be scratching things as I go, because that adds the look that I like. Put another tree here. Let that kind of trail off the edge this way. Get a little bit more wispy, kind of lighter on the edges. Let it mix with that pink base. Okay, there is this sort of telephone pole thing. I'm going to put it in because I think it adds some interest. It doesn't have to be crazy obvious or anything, but just a little something there. It comes down like here. Just something like that. Okay. Then we're going to make this same color just a little bit more on the green side. Because there's sort of a greenish ooh. I don't know if that's the color I want, but it's kind of in there, so we'll leave it. We want a slightly darker green version. Yeah, like that. So it doesn't look green like right off the bat, but it might later. I'll just stick this in there. And my goal is never to just like completely get rid of the pink underpainting. I kind of want to leave parts of it where I can, where it makes sense to. This honestly should come up higher. Go off this way. Sorry, the focus of the camera got a little crazy because my head got in the way. Pardon. If for any reason you can't see when I'm painting because the camera's acting up, please let me know. Because I get definitely caught up in what I'm painting and don't pay attention. It's kind of like this lighter patch in here, but a little bit of warmer green. Putting little dots like that, it just adds interest. And then things get a little warmer as they come forward, so a little bit more this warm green right in here. And this is sort of a bush thing here. But it's gonna kind of just all blend. Like it's not really the focus to have this stuff down here. It's just sort of the framework, I guess you could say, of the painting. Of course, I'm like losing my color. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to lift this up here soon. I'm gonna let that kind of go a little higher. And I'm gonna paint the underside because I gotta do that at the same time, otherwise I'm never gonna do it, so. Put in just a little bit of white, kind of add a little bit of a honestly maybe it should be more blue green. Yeah, a little touch of that in there, just really. Okay, good. I am going to set it down. I know it's wet, but whatever. We got to keep going. Okay, I'm liking that. A little bit more of that lighter blue. Color in there, I think. Yeah, I'm liking, yes. Okay, put a little bit of kind of green in there too, because it is closer. So I want to make sure it's got a little bit of that. Okay. I probably mentioned last week how it would be nice to have a studio because then we're not taking up another part of our house with all this stuff. Okay, this is like a gray purple, so we're gonna just mix it with the peach color we got going on over here. I want it to look. Well, let's see what this looks like. I think it needs to be more purple. Oh, sorry. This is kind of also that, but it gets maybe a little bit warmer. So it comes this way. Well, I don't know. Is warmer the right color? I think it cooler. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kind of want a few, like, yeah, it's like some darker dimension to that gray. Yeah, pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm gonna close some of those gaps because I don't need like all of that to show. There's definitely some sort of like traffic type lines. We'll just sort of like hint at the curb a little bit with some scratches. Okay, I got too many scratches. This is when I just reach a point where I'm like, okay, I like them, but I don't want them to be distracting. I'm noticing like some of these are a little much. So we're gonna calm them down just a little bit. There we go. Get a little bit of misty kind of look right in there. Okay, okay. I think I'm liking it. I may end up darkening some of it, but let's do the sky. I like to do the darker value sections first of the clouds, that is. Oh, Ping! Thanks for watching. Let's see, need more purple. Violet, to be precise. Violet. Oops. Oh. That won't matter because it'll be probably covered up. Okay, so color-wise, we're going to do this color and this color. I'm going to mix it with, because we got leftover paint here, and I'm going to be adding white anyway to these colors. So we're going to kind of mix until it looks right. So that's great advice, isn't it? Just mix till it looks right. It's not really good teaching advice, but let's see what that looks like, because I have no idea what that looks like. So we're going to have, okay, it's not horrible. I did kind of want the smaller brush though. Okay, so we're going to mix that around. Go chunkier paint here. We want that, yeah, we want that gooey, almost sticky. Think Elmer's glue, kind of sticky. That's kind of the texture I like to go for, which I feel like oil, depending on the colors, can be more like that. And that's kind of what I try to aim for. A little bit more like oil in that way. I want one that's a little more blue, so going for a little more blue up in here anyway. Just Just putting in the darkest values. Letting the edges kind of fade and blend. This is what I need to do more with the other one because it got a little too, I don't know, sharp on the edges, I think is what I didn't like. It's really hard to keep a consistent style, I've noticed, between paintings, but I'm trying. Now this is where I can switch to a little bit warmer. I think lighter. I think it needs to be lighter. Maybe more yellowy too. Yeah, like this. A little bit up in there. Just sort of place this down here and around this. Kind of streaky over here. I need to establish where the darks versus lights are. This is a little opening. I entered actually a few of these paintings into some shows. Here in Colorado, which I'm super excited about. You never know what'll happen, obviously, and I've been rejected and accepted before, so it's just hit or miss. But because they're juried shows, meaning that someone is judging the art and allowing only certain ones in. So we'll see, but I firmly believe that, well, obviously you can't win anything unless you submit, right? But your chances obviously go way up when you do submit, and you might as well, if you're submitting to shows and doing lots of that type of thing. This could apply to anything in life, not just art shows. Like, you have to put yourself out there, otherwise you're not gonna get some cool opportunities. They're not just gonna come your way to sort of like search for them. So I'm looking forward to hearing, and I have to remind myself that if I don't get accepted, it's not that they don't like my work or that that my work's, amateur or something. It's not that, but man, does it really pump you up when you do get accepted into a show. It's kind of like selling a piece of art. Same idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm noticing there's like a sort of light gray blue cloudy color. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like really light blue because obviously the sky is light blue. Looks like this. Oh, it's fascinating. And it kind of it's just kind of on the edges of things here. Oh. This is why I paint, guys. I love these moments of like something you didn't notice in the photo, and then as you're painting it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's like, that's a really bright color that I didn't notice that color was there, or whatever. It's really just kind of a cool thing. We're going to see how that looks like next to the other colors that I'm going to put down, but so far I'm kind of digging it. I feel like there's some spots that should be a little bit lighter, like this. I love like trying to get the subtle color changes too. Having to make some of this up because the picture like ends right here technically, but I'm an artist, I can make it up. I'm not scratching into this, but it's okay, just a little bit on the texture, that's all we need. Let's take a look at the top real quick. It does get tricky to like know where the darkest part of my, let's see. Oh man, the color. It's hard to get that color. Because this like it's really deep in here. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we want. I want that really deep value, but it doesn't last long. It disappears down in here, but thanks guys for watching and tuning in. We have hit, I don't know if you've noticed, but we hit 500 plus subscribers like a week ago. So that's exciting. So thank you for those that have subscribed to get us to that number. And quite exciting. Let's keep it going. Okay, getting a little bit lighter. Come down this way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, yes. Okay, I want you to stick around because I'm going to put in the sky spaces. Once I do that, it really makes those clouds pop. And then I can do this push and pull of like doing some of the clouds, some of the sky until it just looks right. This is the spot that the sun is like going down. And I want to make sure I get those colors right in here. But let's start up here and get the sky colors in. Sky color is harder than you think. It's not just blue. It's like what kind of blue? It's like kind of blue green, but it's not too much blue green. It's tough. It's tough. It's not as easy as you think. Oh, I think I got it though. Ha ha! Let's see if it looks right on the canvas. Yes, I think that's right. It could be lighter, touch lighter. Okay, so this is where I can have fun and swirl that through and around my cloud edges, but letting that underpainting still kind of show through. It's my favorite thing to do, is painting between the lines, around edges, revealing kind of the fuzzy edge. That's what the other painting is missing. It's got too many sharp edges. That's not really it looks too sharp and harsh. Yeah, like that right there. That's what I want. I'm going to wrap this while we're here. Get maybe a touch darker. As we're up above here. Because I want the underpainting to show, but it doesn't need to be like crazy. And let's do a little bit of scratchy. Because when you're up close, I want you to be able to see like some of that. Okay, then we're going to come down in here. There's a few little spaces right in here that pop, and then boom, pops right in here. And then it gets so much lighter around that edge, even whiter. I have to be okay with blending, softening the edges. Oh, yeah. Blend that a little bit. Get a little bit more blue on there and kind of stick it in these little spaces. Soften with the finger if you need to. Sort of like teasing section here where it's like, oh, is that an edge? Oh no, is that an edge? Oh no, it blends to this. Oh wait, there's like some sky between that and that. It just kind of teases where the color goes. Wow, it's really blue. Let's get this section up in here. Oh, got a little purple in there. Oops. not necessarily bad. The sky sometimes has that color in it. Okay, it's getting much lighter as we go down. So I need to work on this edge here. Well, this whole section here needs to be whiter because that contrast into the or up against the cloud is pretty. Both clouds, upper and bottom, are pretty intense. I forget that I can kind of lay color down thick with that stuff and not just always be pushing it around, if that makes sense. So I'm laying it down thick, like butter on toast. Okay, then we need to get some yellow because what's happening now is it gets warmer as it gets down into here, like a lot warmer. So we're going to take our primary yellow. Let's start though by putting just like a white down. Let's see, where's the opening? Here. This is the big opening. Then we got a little gap, and then there's like another little thing here, I guess. So we've got some interesting colors here. We got this down in here. We can leave a lot of that peach, but it's definitely got a little bit more of a purpley color or something. I don't know how to describe that. Kind of a weird color. It kind of comes up in there. Cut on the sides a little bit. Okay, does it? Oh, I guess it's over here a little bit, that color. Put it a little bit there. Okay, then it gets really warm around the, let's go like pure white right here. But then that's going to get kind of yellowy as it goes out, so we're going to put that in. It's a hard one to, it's a hard color range to get, but I have leftovers of the coral color that can kind of be plopped in there. I'm going to do that right now. a little bit of that on the edge of the yellow and the brownish color. And down in here and here. Yes. Okay. But let's go. Oh, I need just more white, but we'll just plop that down right in there. Just to get that pop of white. Just like that. Okay. I do want to kind of dull down this one a little bit. It's a little too crazy. Almost like this is something, but definitely not that. So we're gonna dull that down. Got some kind of weird distracting things over here. I think I like it. It's getting close to that stage though, guys, where I have no idea until I let it sit on the shelf for a while, because fresh eyes, I tell you, are important. For a new piece. Like, really important to know what you're looking at. I want to darken this a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy, but just enough to kind of push this kind of away from us a little bit more. And some cools, that doesn't hurt. Dull down this a little bit. There needs to be, I should give you a close up too. What was I going to say? There needs to be, oh, I remembered. Like, this color kind of pops up in here a little bit more. Just kind of see a separation between some of these dark values here. Just put in a little bit of that. Let that kind of fade into the sky, almost right in there. Okay. I'm liking this. There's stuff on here that's a little bit distracting or something. I almost want it to be just like less, so much less obvious, like what this is. Yeah, just kind of. Let it kind of blend together. That's the thing, is you have to, as you paint, you're like, oh yeah, this is cool as I'm doing it, and then later you realize, not quite what I was going for. You have to change things. You have to be willing to change things. You have to be okay changing things. Okay. Here's a close-up. Uh-oh. Oh, we're good. Hey, it looks pretty good in the bottom. Okay, so here's a close-up. What? Let's see if I can get it to focus here. Sorry, it's getting a little washed out from that light, but there you go. See that? I'm actually really liking it. I think I really like it. Okay, but see the difference now between this one is just softer and this one is like really harsh. And it works, I think, but I want to just like do something. I think this is too dark. That might be the only thing I need to fix, is just like slightly making that lighter. So let me just switch to that real quick, and then I am going to call it a night. But let's try this. Of course, I need a little bit more blue. Oh, that might be perfect. Okay, I think I just want to lighten it, but I don't want it to be too light. I'm not going to look at the picture anymore because I don't want to. Because I think it needs to like blend with that background color. With not the background, the sky color. Ooh, now I'm not so sure. That's probably the key too, is I think shadows and things are just a little too intense. They're close, but a little bit too crazy. Yeah, I think dulling down some of these things. Ooh, and it's possible like some of this just needs to be, the edges of things need to calm down. It is a more dramatic scene, but not this dramatic. Okay, I think I'm liking that much better. It just looks less like in your face. I feel like this is pretty dark down here, but I don't think it needs to be quite that dark. Yeah, like maybe that color. Just a little bit less crazy. Because it's far away, you know. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of artistic license. Because I was looking from a photo, which obviously changed dramatically, but sometimes it helps to just kind of do what looks right. Not so much what is right. Okay, that's good. I don't want to overlook that one. So, this is what we did today. Super happy with it. I think it matches the style, and I'm loving the scratches in there, the thick paint, other way, thick paint, and just the way the brushwork layers. And you can still see the underpainting through. Like, that's what I'm loving. But yet, from a distance, it still looks like a landscape, and it looks realistic colors and values. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful day, and that you will have a good rest of your week, and that you can be productive and do something fun, create something. But thanks for watching with me and watching me and being here with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.